Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video,
For real, me and you. I wish I did it back then, but I just wanted you back. I just wanted to hit back then. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen you. I ain't gonna hold you. You walked on the boat 2009. I saw you, little dark skin thing. And I'm like, yo, who is that? You know? But you know what? I usually crack a Tracy smile and they come running. It took time.
As it should.
It took real time.
honestly, this is not the first time I've seen a video like this. There's another one making rounds on, is it X? And there's that old one. I'm going to add a couple. Take a look.
From the moment I saw you, I wanted to know more about you. What most people don't know is our first date lasted 3 days. During that time,
I promise to smack ass every chance I get. That's all I got.
Is that it? Come on, Cody. Are you sure?
I didn't write nothing down.
That's what you're going out with?
That's what I'm going with.
Cool.
We've made it this long.
Yeah. And this is not going to be the last time. There will be more as time goes on. But let's talk about the one everybody is talking about, which is the first one with the guy in the purple, is it suit? Yeah, let's get into that. There's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place for everything. But you chose the wedding day. And that too, your vows. Like, is it not that serious to you? Is it not important to you? What are you trying to say? Did you think about it? It takes months, weeks, even years to plan a wedding. So you mean to tell me all these months, all these years that you were planning the wedding, you couldn't take maybe a week out of all of that, a month out of all of that to plan something that is heartfelt to say as your vows to your wife? You had to choose this day in front of her entire family and friends to embarrass her. But the thing is, I don't blame them fully. I blame the women too. Because what you allow is what continues, right? If he's comfortable saying these things out loud in public, it's something that, she probably takes pride in, because I heard her saying as she should or something, as she should or something like that. So it's like, to me, the way I am analyzing this, it sounds like she's even proud that she made him wait for so long, or I don't know, because since 2009, I'm assuming you've known each other for 15 years. So 15 years in between that, I don't know how long it took for you guys to get from 2009 to 2024, because even though you waited it out, you didn't make it easy for him. He still didn't put a ring on it there and then. Because he said in the beginning, I should have done it like a while ago. So to me, from all the things I'm seeing in there, from analyzing the situation, I don't know the bigger picture. Disclaimer. I'm assuming years have gone by, even though you did wait. So as you should, it doesn't even make any sense at this point in time. Okay, he should have done it a long time ago, and he should have put some respect on your name. That's all I'm saying. That vows could have been better. All right. This is not the place to humiliate you, to make people think that he didn't want you, he didn't need you. And, after years, now that he's come to a realization that he needs you in his life. Because even though you made him wait, he made you wait longer. He wasted your time. He gave you a couple of boys, because I just checked while I was doing this just to be sure about everything. I went on the page, and that's where the original video is, and they tagged her account, and it says on there boy mom. Okay, so she has a couple of boys or something. 1 boy, 2 boys, 3 boys, I don't know. Right? So at the end of the day, you are living your life on his terms because you wanted marriage, right? So although you made him wait, he made you wait even longer. So this is not a flex, babe. This is not a flex. And a lot of people are saying she was in the comment section defending the whole situation. And so now the comments are turned off. But anyway, The truth is the truth. You know the truth. You know the kind of man that you have, and you decided to go into a relationship. So if you love it, we love it for you. But let's get into some of the stitches, and I'm going to come back and talk some more. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
I did it back then, but you know, I just wanted you back. I just wanted to hit back then. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen you. I ain't gonna hold you. You walked on the boat 2009. I saw you, little dark skinned thing. And I'm like, yo, who is that? You know? But you know what? I usually crack a Tracy smile and they come running. You? It took time.
As it should.
It took real time.
Now, before I add my 2 cents that no one asked for, as a woman, would you hear those vows on your wedding day and think to yourself, wow, that man loves me so much. No matter what the relationship, does that even sound appropriate? I just wanted to hit. You're saying this in front of our parents, possibly children, because they've been together since 2009. It's now 2024. So after 12 years of being with someone, and it doesn't say 12 years of like a steady relationship, because from the vows, it sounds like he's settling. He's taking what he can get. He came in here to fuck. You turned out to be sort of okay as a person. So he hung around, but then he was messing with other people. And then the girl that he really, 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 really wanted, that he would have actually had decent vows that reflected his love and appreciation for, decided he's a fucking loser. So she moved on with her life. So now 12 years later, gotta get married. And there you are. A lot of these men do not like these women. And then I know somebody gonna be like, but at least she's married. Where your husband at? You're not even getting that. Baby, that's not a flex. Them vows are not a flex. I would be embarrassed to stand there on my wedding day in my beautiful gown for the person I'm supposed to marry, stand in front of me, in front of my family, and say, I just wanted a hit. But look at us now.
So who is that? You know?
No, this isn't going to be a popular opinion, but the reason women keep getting embarrassed like this at the altar is because they think they're the exception. If this man will tell you at the altar all he wanted you for was sex when he first met you, he's told you repeatedly over the course of your relationship he's not interested. But you figured if you could hold on and just keep holding on, eventually you would get the shut up ring of your dreams. And now you have, in front of all your friends and family. A lot of times you pour sympathy into these women's wounds because it is horrible. It is horrible to be treated like this in perpetuity, where everybody can see for the rest of your life, and for it to go viral is just doubly hurtful. But I keep telling you all, this is the last ditch effort. When the guy gets up and says offensive vows, it's because he's been trying to get rid of you the whole time and you will not take the hint. He's a coward. He's a coward and he's a jerk for using you for the benefits and not being man enough to go after what he really wants. But why would he leave when you make it so easy for him to stay? Even though you're not his type, which he announced. Oh, I saw you little dark skin thing. I said, who is that? This man clearly has some colorism issues because he said what? He just wanted to use you for sex. So we know his type is not you, but you're clearly beautiful. You're so pretty, he wanted to get with you physically. It was enough for him to overlook his preference for the night. But now you've hung around for 15 years, letting him misuse you at will? A lot of women get my comments every day and tell me how I don't know their situation. Oh, well, see, I waited 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and my man loves me. See, it was just that he had to go to the moon first. We couldn't get married until he had explored the depths of the ocean. See, the reason why he couldn't propose first was that he was trying to find a cure for cancer and feed all the hungry children. You all always have every excuse in the world, and it's always something so esoteric. It reminds me of back when Brad and Angelina claimed they weren't getting married because they didn't want to get married until their gay friends had the right to get married too. At the time, that didn't seem like it was going to happen in our lifetime. If a man has an excuse, especially when he's been previously married, it's just that, an excuse. And I hope with time you have seen the unfolding of their relationship and realized it was never all that. It was always a mess behind closed doors. And that's what this was too. A lot of women just want the validation. They don't want to admit to their mother, to their friends, to their family who said this guy was never really that interested, that they were right. So they figure, I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to take whatever he dishes out as long as he gives me that one moment of sweet, sweet validation in front of everybody where I get to be the beautiful bride. But he's never going to let you have that moment. And it's just not worth it. But this is why the scene at the altar often turns into a humiliation ritual. I'm betting a guy like this has done it all in the lead up to the altar. You know, he has cheated on you. He has been insulting. He has been abusive. He's done everything he can to show his disinterest and disrespect, how he doesn't value you as a person. And he knows that the one thing that's going to strike at most women's hearts is their ego. To be decimated like this in front of family and friends and made a laughingstock. And that's why so often, like the keep my balls empty and my belly full guy, you have multiple children, you've been together for a decade or over a decade, like these people, and he's just been continually insinuating, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you. And the gag is, he's not even some of that. This man is literally up here in a purple suit like the frickin' Joker or Darkwing Duck to get married. Turn to your neighbor and say, yikes, this is what you made all the sacrifices for, girl? Ooh, enough. I'm both happy and sad we don't get to see the bride in this viral clip. She doesn't deserve any more humiliation. But I need women to see the evidence with their own eyes. These women are always 10 times more attractive than the guys they're with. You don't have to chase a man around, and they're not like women. They are not going to grow in love. It's just not possible. They know from the outset, either they want you or they don't. And if a man ever says he grew to love you, it means he grew to tolerate you. He was in a down place and you had something that he needed. But he will never like you. He will always resent you for having what he needed and not being whatever his dream girl was. And FYI, the dream girl is often based on his own insecurities. I tell you, the darkest men are the most colorist. The largest men are the most sizest because they hate themselves. So don't take on that burden. You're worth so much more than that. Ladies, please believe, okay? That's why I show you these clips. Fat meat is greasy. Men do not change. And if you don't heed the warning, you're going to have to live the experience in front of the whole world. And is that really what you want? That's it. Like and follow for more.
I wish I did it back then, but you know, I just wanted you back. I just wanted to hit back then. I ain't gonna hold you.
There's a good chance all she wanted to do was hit in the beginning when he initially met her. Because he says, all I wanted to do was hit. Maybe that's all she wanted to do. Maybe not. But there's a level of embarrassment that a lot of black women are not at yet. And unfortunately, no matter how many friends, counselors, therapists, pastors, preachers, friends, loved ones, I don't care who it is. No matter how many people tell you that you need to get up or stand up and leave, or at the very least condition the person to think twice before opening up their mouth saying some stupid shit like that, you won't go. It's up to you. It's up to her. Now, the lady who I stitched, whose post I stitched, she's basically saying that you let him feel comfortable doing this. As embarrassing as it is, as much as it is literally just a whole binary footprint, it is in binary code permanently. Because we're all stitching this shit and reposting it and sharing it. Initially, when he said he wanted to hit and that's all he wanted, if that's not what you wanted, you immediately should have left him alone and never gave him the time of day. I promise you, when you take the safety or the fact that your safety out of it, which I know it sounds hard, but I'm telling you, just take it out for a minute. Take out your safety. Take out whatever selfish 10-minute desire you want. It's actually not that hard to ignore somebody. Take it from me. I ignore everybody when I'm outside because I don't want to talk to none of you. I don't want to entertain shit because I know exactly where the fuck it's gonna go. I've seen it happen to my friends. I've seen it happen to my family members. I've seen it happen to total strangers. You see it on social media all the time. You know where this is gonna go. But you entertained him after he said that. You decided to have a whole ass relationship with somebody who made it clear they just wanted to hit. You had an entire relationship with someone who is comfortable now because of the boundaries you refused to put then. to tell everybody that all he wanted to do was hit. I ain't gonna lie. I think that was his, what was that, his opener? That was his opener, boo. That was his opener. You decided after he said he only wanted to hit, and I know for a fact that's all he told you. I know for a fact he told you that. Because after that, you had a relationship with this dude. And throughout your dynamic, you had a dynamic where he was allowed to step over every boundary that you had, no matter how small it was, no matter how uncomfortable he made you. You were uncomfortable with everything that he did, knowing that he was making you uncomfortable. And you probably had an inkling he was doing it on purpose to test the waters, to see how far he could swim before he started drowning. And he never got to drown, not one damn time, because you keep letting him go over and make you uncomfortable, but not uncomfortable enough to check him about it. It'll be little itty bitty things that this man probably did that pissed you off, but not enough for you to confront him about it and challenge him. And at the very least, I don't even want to use that word. I don't want to use that word. I want to use a different word. Let me figure out what the word is, but I'm not using it. You refuse to condition that man to think before he speaks, and think twice or more before he opens up his mouth and says something that might piss you off. You did not condition this man on how to treat you, because this man clearly treats every woman like that. Don't think that because a nigga's in a suit, he's going to be nice. Men in suits are still men. It's just a man in a suit. It's like a sack of shit that you paint gold. It's still shit. It still smells weird. It's just a different fucking color. It just looks gold. It's still shit. It still stinks, and it's still bothering people. When you don't condition someone on how to treat you, they act like this. As in, they will go in front of people and let everybody know how they originally and initially felt about you. Which also lets them know that that's still how they feel about you. Because for him to feel comfortable to say that at your wedding in front of everybody on camera, knowing that this was going to go around the fucking globe, or at the very least passed around the neighborhood, maybe even around the county, he still feels that way. But he also feels comfortable being that way towards you. So after this wedding is over, or before the wedding even started, he probably was going around cuddling and waddling with somebody. He was probably creeping on you the day before the wedding, the day of the wedding, right before he went to the altar, and he'll be creeping on you after. Just hope he ain't creeping with no nigga, because that's a whole nother story. Men are gonna be men regardless. And then if anybody comes under my comment or under that woman's comment section and says, oh, that's not a man, that's a boy. No, that's a grown man. Stop infantilizing men. Stop sitting there saying, oh, that's not a man, that's a boy, when they do something stupid. That is a grown-up, because boys don't do stupid shit like that, because they don't have the resources to do stupid shit like that. And they are too young. They're fucking minors. They can't do stupid shit like that. You socialize this grown man to treat... My light went out, but you get the point. Okay? You get the point. You socialize people. You can condition people to treat you a certain way. Unfortunately, that might also apply with your parents. But men that have this much audaciousness had it throughout the relationship, all the way up until the wedding. We all now know how he treated you. And it's his fault for being that way, but it's your fault for deciding he's still marriage material after he just embarrassed your ass in front of everybody. That's on you.
I just wanted to hit back then. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen you.
So, this, in this video that I just stitched, this is a video of a man speaking to his wife on their wedding day. And this is what his vows entailed. He told the woman, before the part where he talks about the fact that he just wanted to hit when he first saw her, he said that he saw her on a boat back in 2009, this pretty dark thing. And usually, he just usually, when he meets a girl he likes, he just gives them the Tracy smile, and then they fall for it. But for her, it took a little bit longer, and you know, he just wanted to hit. He wasn't gonna hold her, and he referred to her as his dark-skinned little thing. Okay, and this is what the man thinks is supposed to be his vows. The wedding vow on your wedding day that you give to your partner, this is supposed to be a
composition of how you feel, and a description and a set of promises to this person that you've decided to commit your entire life to, the person that you love the most and your soulmate. This is supposed to be the special words that you say to the one you love. And you don't see anything better to say to this girl than you refer to her as a pretty little dark-skinned thing, and you just wanted to hit in front of the girl's friends and family. And the girl has this elaborate dress and this beautiful veil and, you know, this beautiful wedding. A wedding takes how many years to produce? I don't want to curse, but a wedding takes how many months and years to put together. Sometimes it requires savings, it requires people to take a loan, sometimes your parents have to make a contribution. Some people find it so stressful getting married that they have to hire a wedding planner. All the girls' friends have to make a financial contribution towards buying a dress to look the way that they're supposed to look, to be bridesmaids. So you ask this girl, her friends, her family, to stand in front of God with you and celebrate your union, and you see nothing better to do to her than embarrass her in front of her friends and family. So you think that the woman's girlfriends start looking at each other laughing and saying, hey, and saying to themselves, wow, you have no respect for the girl, so your wife doesn't know that you just wanted to hit when you first met her and that your feelings changed? Huh? And that is supposed to comprise a set of wedding vows, and that is what a woman is supposed to spend her entire life dreaming and fantasizing about. The moment that she will meet a man who loves her so much that he sees nothing better to say to her in front of all her friends and family that she was a dark-skinned thing, not a pretty, beautiful, chocolate-skinned goddess that he couldn't take his eyes off of. Not something romantic and poetic, but a dark-skinned little thing that he just wanted to hit. And that, my friends, is supposed to be a man that's deserving of a marriage, a man that you should want to commit your entire life to. And is this what women have to look forward to now? So how low are we going to stoop? How low are we going to stoop in our quest to be called married women? How much disrespect do you have to tolerate to be a married woman? And then my friends tell me, Misty girl, what happened? You don't want to have somebody, you know, why you like to be single? Why you like to stay on your own? That's exactly why. Because a lot of the time, a lot of these men, they have no respect for women. And I guarantee you one thing, I can't say if it was me how I would feel because I've never been in this situation, but I don't think that I would have occasion to find myself in that situation, because from the time he stand up and he complete that, and that is what he calls his vows, I'd ask him, I'd listen to everything he had to say in front of everybody. I'd ask him, are you entirely finished with that? Are you done? And when he was done, I'd say, okay, thank you. And I'd leave him right there at the altar, and I wouldn't get married because he has no respect for me. I'd rather not marry someone like that. Girls, stay woke. You don't need a man to be happy. If you find someone that loves you, make sure the person respects you. Don't tolerate disrespect and negging and abusive behavior and allowing a man to refer to you as a thing just because you want to tell your friends that you get married. Because not all fantasies necessarily manifest in reality, especially if you're willing to settle for less than what you deserve. Don't you think you deserve somebody better? I wonder how this girl's father feels sitting in the audience hearing somebody talk to his daughter like that. A lot of these men act a certain way, but you know, you have to ask some of these men if they're willing. If it was their daughter in that situation, how the hell they would feel about that? How would they feel about that? Would he want somebody to tell his daughter that as vows? Men that treat their women like that, they always want the best for their daughters, but they're always willing to mistreat somebody else's daughter. Men, if you're going to be in a relationship or in a marriage, make sure you treat every woman you're involved with the same way you'd want your daughter to be treated. And women, don't settle for less. Let's not settle for less. As a single woman, people could say, oh, Missy, nobody don't want you, da 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 da. That's fine. It's better to be on your own and self-sufficient, taking care of yourself, than to settle for a man that's willing to disrespect you in front of everybody and give you less than what you deserve. And that bride, my heart goes out to her. But if, girl, you are a really good woman, because I would have walked right out and he would be marrying the sky. It wouldn't be me.
A guy like this who doesn't like women, look at how he described you. A beautiful dark thing. He said a lot in that little speech. beautiful, dark thing. I'll usually smile and they came running. He doesn't value women. He doesn't respect women, period. And you're standing there saying, as he should. Because someone told you that the longer that you wait it out, the more valuable you are in his eyes. Baby, you're not. He came into your life to humble you because you made him wait. I'm sorry, that's all this is all about. Alright? And he even ended up giving you a couple of kids. I wonder what they say when they are not in your presence. And I'm not saying this to make you cry, but sometimes the truth is hard to hear, but it's the truth. She was saying, no, now I've given her 2 kids and now she wants marriage so bad. I'm going to do it when I feel like doing it. And then he plays you, cheats on you, disrespects you, and then, I'm sorry. You having a ring on your finger would not change a player, okay? A man who cheats will keep cheating even in marriage. A man who disrespects you will keep disrespecting you even in marriage. So marriage, though it gives a bit of security in case anything happens, it's not necessarily important these days with these type of men. Whether you read Think Like a Man, watched the movie, emulated it to the T, waited it out, it's not going to change a person's character. A cheat is always a cheat. Okay? He may have had to wait longer when it came to you. But when he got you, he still didn't think that you were worth being committed to. A lot of women kind of hold marriage as if it's the end all be all to everything, and they still have that kind of mindset. So I'm going to give you grace that you don't know any better. But when you delude yourself into believing that you are the exception to the mistreatment, he treated this person bad because she didn't wait it out. You have to wait it out longer. You can do the deed the first night and you have a lasting relationship, and you can wait it out for 10 years and he'll still marry you and still humiliate you. And we've seen this time and time and time again. Okay, so you waiting it out, he's saying it in front of everybody because that is something you pride yourself in, doesn't still change the fact that it took him however long to put a ring on your finger after even giving you children. Right? So maybe his playing days are over, or the woman that he was pursuing or actually wanted didn't want him. We've seen that too. All right. Or he's afraid that at this point in time, you're going to leave him. Whatever the reason is for him proposing to you at this point in time in your life, babe, it's not a flex. That's all we're saying. Yes, you're married. Yes, you have a ring and so on and so forth. But deep inside you, there's something within you that knows the truth. But like I said before, if you love it, we love it for you. But since it's on the internet, we are going to share our opinions, and that's what it is. All right. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.